of those times, so it's not surprising that they're the favorites, but I think anything can happen over the course of 7 games.
That's NPR's Becky Sullivan. Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.
It's Morning Edition from NPR News. Our theme music is inspired by BJ Liederman. I'm Leila Fadel.
And I'm Steve Inskip.
And I'm Michael Hill. Coming up today on Science Friday, new breakthroughs in concussion prevention and treatment are helping athletes recover faster. Plus, 1 in 10 Americans take antidepressants. But what happens when you stop taking them? That's Science Friday, coming up at 2 this afternoon right here on WNYC. 56 and partly sunny now, sunny and 72 for a high today, clear tonight and cool down to 59. And then Saturday and Sunday, sunny and 81. And a light wind as well. Monday and Tuesday, sunny near 80. Chance of showers Tuesday night. Otherwise, it looks like we have a pretty dry forecast. Let's be careful out there. It's 6:52.
WNYC is supported by the Public Theater, presenting Oh Happy Day, written by and starring Jordan E. Cooper, directed by Stevie Walker-Webb, with original songs by Donald Lawrence. Now on stage, more at publictheater.org.
We'll keep you up to date on the government shutdown and speak with lawmakers and federal workers at the center of the story. Also, how the Constitution has been amended and reinterpreted throughout history.
There are very difficult constitutional battles ahead, but there's a lot to be learned from the way those battles were waged in the past.
On the next Morning Edition from NPR News.
Weekday mornings on WNYC.
A closed federal government means no September jobs report today. We'll try an instrument landing instead.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Viking, exploring the world in comfort. With a fleet of small ships, Viking offers travel experiences for the thinking person. Discover more at Viking.com. And by TreviPay, a managed B2B payments platform for global brands, offering zero-touch AR plus tools to help reduce DSO at TreviPay.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in Los Angeles. The partial government shutdown now means that 2 of the top 5 most important readouts on the economy will not come out today as scheduled. It's the freshest count of the number of people on payrolls and the separate unemployment rate. It would have covered the month just ended, September. We assigned my colleague Samantha Fields to use whatever other data is available to piece together an approximation.
No one does jobs data quite like the BLS.
We do have private data to look at, and that is meaningful.
Mark Hamrick at Bankrate says it can't replace government data, but reports from private companies, including payroll processing firm ADP and outplacement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas, do give us glimpses into the labor market.
Those data points, I think, are very consistent with what we've been seeing otherwise, and that is this is a low hire, low fire job market.
Seeing the latest private data has only made Angela Hanks at the Century Foundation more curious about the government data, though.
So, for example, when I see the ADP is predicting that we're going to have lost 32,000 jobs in September, it's certainly cause for concern. But I think my curiosity is, what are we missing from that report, and what more do we need to know about the health of the labor market that's not captured here?
The Chicago Fed has just come out with a new analysis of the labor market that pulls together nearly a dozen different sources of data in one place. It'll come out twice a month and include federal data, unemployment claims, and the jobs report when available, private data from companies including Indeed and Morning Consult, and Google search activity on unemployment. Scott Brave at the Chicago Fed says for September,
we see a little bit less job finding going on. We see a little bit more job loss. But on balance, not a whole lot has changed.
Including the unemployment rate. The Chicago Fed estimates it's still right around 4.3%. I'm Samantha Fields for Marketplace.
Markets Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures are all up in the 0.3% range now. Firefighters in Southern California here quickly contained a fire following an explosion at a Chevron oil refinery in the city of El Segundo last night. There was a massive fireball, but no injuries. It's not clear how this will affect operations or gas prices. The average price of gas is $4.64 a gallon in California, 47% above the national average. The oil industry highlights gas taxes, but economists say lack of refinery capacity is a large part of that higher retail price.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business, dedicated to helping businesses save time on office tasks and empower leaders with business buying solutions that support teams to focus on growing the business. Learn about smart business buying at amazonbusiness.com. And by MarketWatch. From housing prices to inflation, the market is uncertain. MarketWatch has tools to help navigate the road ahead. MarketWatch. Don't short yourself.
Napoleon Bonaparte supposedly called England a nation of shopkeepers. It was meant as an insult. On this side of the pond, we like to embrace entrepreneurship. Northwestern University economist Louis Kahn's line is, what became the United States of America was born of entrepreneurship. There's new research suggesting we've been missing a lot of entrepreneurs when we try to count them up. Marketplace's senior economics contributor Chris Farrell has been reading into this. Hey, Chris.
Good morning, David.
Where'd they find these, hidden entrepreneurs?
Well, David, there's just been this surge in non-employer businesses, businesses without payroll employees. And these include independent contractors, freelancers, moonlighters, and other solopreneurs. And while tens of millions of people are engaged in this kind of self-employment, they're often missed. They're absent from the statistics on labor market trends and business dynamism.
All right, but not all these, for instance, solopreneurs, as you put it, operate under the radar. I mean, there's data on businesses without employees, of course. Yet I'm getting the impression we could do better getting a deeper sense of this vital part of the economy.
There's a recent paper by a handful of scholars, and it's an ongoing effort, David, to create a comprehensive database for the Census Bureau on self-employment. Their investigation is nuanced, it's complex, but this finding stood out. There were 33 million people engaged in some form of self-employment in 2019. Now, in sharp contrast, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has calculated a total of 15.3 million self-employed in 2019, so half the new results.
Yeah, let's repeat that number. The title of the paper is Business Owners and the Self-Employed, 33 million and counting.
So perhaps one of these overlooked entrepreneurs is Khalik Rogers. He's founder of Minneapolis-based Good Riddance Consulting, and his for-profit consulting business mostly works on, convening, gathering different groups together to design strategies to help build community and address common problems.
I work with city, government, county level, private business, people that want to go from good to great, or businesses that have good intentions but don't always have an intended impact.
So one project Good Riddance worked on led to the Minnesota Housing Agency funding school district programs where students learn the construction trades while building homes for low-income residents or Minnesotans who've been experiencing homelessness.
So what we do at Good Riddance is curate that environment and that space to bring those stakeholders collectively together to create an outcome and a solution that is measurable, that is feasible to implement, and practical.
And what you see, it's not just one venture. People tend to have portfolios of ventures.
Yeah, that's one of the striking numbers that comes out of this study. Self-employed, they operate multiple enterprises at the same time. For example, Rogers, that we just heard from, he runs a nonprofit, Catalyst for Systems Change, that works on youth development. So these data sets are really fascinating, and what these economists are developing is a more nuanced picture of the many ways entrepreneurship plays out in America.
Marketplace's senior economics contributor Chris Farrell is in St. Paul, Minnesota. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, David.
Our executive producer is Nancy Fargali. Our digital team includes Antoinette Brock, Emily McCune, and Dylan Mietinen. Our engineers are Rachel Breeze and Tessa Block. It's the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.
WNYC support comes from the New York Historical and its exhibition, The New York Sorry, explore